Good morning, Monica. First, let me confirm whether everything is good or not. Am I audible to you? मेरी आवाज आ रही है? Okay. अभी आवाज आ रहा होगा, ठीक है. Now we can go with. Okay. So very good morning to all of you. So this is the day from which we are going to start our live classes. Okay. So I have started from one of these chapter. Okay, that is the evolution. Okay, but this entire series will go on till the entire syllabus we will complete. Okay. See, earlier I have started this YouTube batch live. Okay, but then because of some commitments which are for the paid batch, and as well as I have also I also require time to make the notes of this entire course. Okay, so that's why it offers very little time for me to conduct a YouTube live session. Okay, the reason is being, see, these YouTube live sessions require some other setups also, so that's why it will take some time. More time is required to given to the PC for the processing of these different these videos which we are making, right? So from now today we are going to start with this first chapter, that is the evolution. Okay, and one by one we will go on with the other chapters, right? So I can see there are almost seven students are live, right? So Monica, Shalini, okay, both are live. Okay, and so let's start with this. Okay, but before starting with this, I will just briefly introduce about what we have completed till now. Okay, and what is this Shiva School about? Okay, in short, we are going to conduct a detailed session of the UPSC analysis. Okay. See, unfortunately, even till now, I have found these, except I think one of the students have pasted one of the name in the group who has qualified with the zoology, right? See, see the problem which we have to deal with, right? Because there are very few students are qualifying with this zoology, right? So even though who qualify, okay, they does not have any single platform, okay. So we have to, what we can say, merge all of these things at a point, right? So that's why the Shiva School group, that is the Telegram channel which we have joined, or the group which we have joined, has been created. Okay, back then in 2017, right? So we are still in the process. Okay, but I hope when I have provided you with this all the notes, okay, so there will be a one day then where we will have more students who have qualified from the these UPSC zoology optional. Okay, but we will have to take a lot of effort for that. Okay, and I am ready for it. Okay, so you should also be prepared for it, right? So now let's start with these first of these the intro to the point which you have to give about. Okay, see, this is just the what we can say, the indexes of the chapters which we have completed till now. Okay, what you need to observe is, see, even if you can compare this entire this part with the UPSC syllabus. Okay, UPSC syllabus से आप ये पूरा compare कर लो. Okay, you will observe one thing, that almost more than 95% part which are there in the syllabus, you will find it here. Okay, in some cases you will find almost 98%. Okay, only one or two points will be missing. Okay, and that is not the only case. See, the pattern of our course is that we go through first previous year questions, right? So we also go through the sub points or the micro points which are covered under that particular point of the syllabus. ठीक है, किसी सिलेबस के पॉइंट के अंदर जो कुछ भी सब पॉइंट्स या फिर माइक्रो पॉइंट्स है ना, वो भी हम कवर करते हैं इन डिटेल, राइट? सो दैट्स व्हाई द इंडेक्स इज काइंड ऑफ एन very this in detailed index is there. Okay, see, this is the index of the cell biology. Then this is of the physiology, right? So most of the points which are there have been mentioned here. Okay, you can see this PDF of this lecture in the group which I will add after the lecture, right? So this is the index of the biochemistry. Okay, this is the index of the invertebrates. Okay, full this length index is there, right? Then this is invertebrates, this next index, which are the of remaining pattern, these remaining points. Okay, almost every point has been mentioned separately, right? And you can also see how many number of pages it has been given. Like the vision in arthropods had given been how many pages? 129, 30, 31, 32. From 33, this next point is starting, right? So that much number of pages are there in that notes, right? Next, this is the chordata index, first specific to the chordata, and this is the comparative anatomy syllabus. Okay. See, you can also paste your meanwhile your queries in the chat box also. I am also looking at those queries at the same time, right? Next, this is the index of these three chapters, three in one module which we have conducted. Right? Like this is for the biostatics, this is for the instrumentation methods, this is for the systematics. Okay. This is the genetics. Okay, genetics index till the transposon. Okay, this is the remaining index of the genetics. Okay, almost truly sufficient and truly in detail indexes of all of these notes, right? And the next notes which is coming in the few days is the development biology. It is already there in the process. I am making the final draft of this development biology notes. Okay, see, development biology is one of that kind of chapter on which we find whatever the notes which we have now. These are kind of very incomplete. Okay, and they have not given it accordingly UPSC syllabus. Okay, whatever the notes which you have, okay, in the market, right? For an example, see, these are the points from the this this development biology, right? See, in the UPSC syllabus, UPSC have just only mentioned neoteny as one point, okay. But under that neoteny, they have asked about suppose pediogenesis, okay. They have asked about the neoteny amphibia, right? So while making notes, when we go across to last 22 years of CSC question papers and last 20 years of IFS Indian Forest Service question papers, at that time we came to know that we don't need to only go through neoteny. सिर्फ neoteny नहीं करना है हमें, okay. We should also go through these points also, okay. Then when we study, okay, and see, all the notes has been arranged in a particular proper point wise format so that it is easy for you to write it in the exam, okay. ऐसा नहीं है कि I have not given here a kind of a theoretical form essay नहीं दिया हुआ है, okay. You have not been given in the form of essay whatever the notes which you have, right? Then also this point you can also see, and these are less than the actual notes which are there in the development biology. Okay, I have just mentioned these headings as an sample. Okay, इससे ज़्यादा pages है notes में. There are more pages than these in the notes, right? So look at this point, aging. Okay, in the UPSC syllabus they have just mentioned the aging as one point. Okay, but under that they have also at one time they have also asked about the mitochondria's role in the aging specifically. Okay, so there we will have to focus only on the mitochondria. What role does it play in the aging? Okay, and you have at least 3 to 4 pages of notes on this mitochondria only. Okay, detail में whatever these points which I have found in the different reference books. Literally, I have referred 8 reference books for it. Okay, that does not mean I have read all of them top to bottom. Okay, but the selected part from those. Okay, and from then, okay, from those books, then I have made the notes on this mitochondria role in this aging. Okay, you will see when you will have that hard copy of these notes, you will see that how this extensive these notes are. Okay, not only extensive, but they are at the same time they are also presented in the form of points. Okay, so now see, either if suppose we just go by the syllabus, okay, we will only study aging for suppose 1 or 2 pages, okay, then we would have left that this aging as it is, right? But when we looked at the previous year questions papers, at that time, we came to know that mitochondria's role in the aging, that is also one of the specific question which is UPSC is asking, right? So that's why I have shifted my focus to the mitochondria again, right? So I have made an extensive notes on that mitochondria. Okay. So now what will be the benefit of this? There are very less chances are there that any new question will come out of these. Okay. Once we have studied all the last 42 years of previous year questions ना, ऐसे chances बहुत ही कम होंगे that we will miss even a single question in the exam. Okay. Still 5 to 10% newer questions may be there. Okay. If UPSC decided at some year that he will go for a kind of an this toughest question paper. Okay. At that time it may happen. Okay. But once you have covered your entire syllabus in this way, okay, then even those 5 to 10% will not that much this create an impact because they may come as an or. Okay, वो और में भी आ सकते हैं अगर कोई difficult आए. Okay, but this in this way what you are doing, see, by referring these notes you are achieving 2 points, okay, or two benefits. First, you don't need to go through these reference books anymore. Okay, आपको reference books में नहीं जाना है. You just need to go through these notes only. Okay, and the second, that is the biggest advantage. Now you can utilize whatever the remaining time is there for your prelims qualification. Okay, as we know from our group also almost 7 to 8,000 members group is there, channel is there. Okay, but still at least very few or one or two students only say that he have qualified prelims and he has successfully qualified prelims, or he is attempting main or she is attempting main. Okay, see, the reason is zoology students need to give more time for the making of these notes. ये notes बनाने में zoology students को बहुत ज़्यादा time देना पड़ता है. Okay, but when you have such a notes, अभी अब जब आपके पास ऐसे notes है ना, when you have such a notes, okay, then I suppose that I request you, you should only follow these. इनको ही follow करो. Okay, and give your additional time instead of searching for additional notes of zoology. Give your time for securing your prelims. Okay, आपका prelims secure करने में दो. Okay, or give your additional times for reading newspaper, for reading mains. Okay, then only whatever this entire fate of the UPSC zoology will change. Okay, that is what our aim. What is our aim? Which I have told at the time of starting of the class. I want to make this UPSC zoology as one of the most scoring optional. Okay, and for that this kind of efforts is required. Okay, every point has to be dealt with in detail. Okay, that is why I have given you this previous year question book even before starting this entire lecture series. Okay, previous year question का जो book है, which will have 22 years of previous year questions of CSE and 20 years of previous year questions of the IFS. Okay, so why I have given you before this entire lecture series, because I want to analyze each and every point according to this previous year question. Okay, because to make sure that not a single point will be missed. Okay, but still 5 to 10% will miss, because see, it will not be the case that in the first year only I will be able to achieve that particular set of notes which will be required for the zoology. Obviously, it may require for few more months also. Okay, as I have told you now, that once we have finished the remaining chapters, ethology, ecology, economics, zoology, okay, then I will add the supplementary materials of each of these chapters one by one. Okay, cell biology का supplementary material add करूँगा. Okay, and all these supplementary materials will be added in the public group, in the common group. Okay, so that those who have opted only for the notes can also get it. Okay, आपको PDF form में clear HD print मिलेगा आपको supplementary material का, so that everyone can print it. Okay, at that time it will not be the case that I will only provide it to the paid group. Okay, वो हर एक को provide होगा. ठीक है. Now this is what the benefit. We will talk about these more on this Sunday, this lecture. Okay, that will be a generalized lecture will be there. Okay, I will announce about that Sunday lecture on this group today only. Okay, there we will discuss many things. Okay, there are also some requests from some of the students are that they want a private tutorship also from my side, right? But how it will be, or whether it will not be, or whether it will be, or how it will be. Okay, all those things we will discuss. Okay, also how we can score zoology, what are the many of the students who wants to start with zoology which are newer approach. Okay, they just want the reference books. Okay, they are studying while they are graduation, and they just want to study this entire UPSC zoology from the reference books. Okay, so which are the reference books you should refer. Okay, all those things I will tell you in the Sunday lecture. Okay, that will again will be a free, right? So now with this we will start with this today's the first lecture of the evolution. Okay, and as I have told you, this YouTube lecture series will be a shorter version of the paid batch which I am conducting. Okay, yesterday I have conducted the lecture of these the first evolution batch. Okay, and this lecture which I am conducting here, it will be the shorter version of it only. Okay, see, as I have told you, the cost for this paid batch is 10,000 including the hard copy. Okay, so I have reduced that this entire cost for some of those, okay, who cannot afford even 10,000. Okay, so they can opt only for the 4,000 notes. Okay, and this YouTube free lecture series. Okay, see, for this entire YouTube lecture series, they need to read whatever the hard copy notes whenever you will have. जब भी आपके पास hard copy notes आएंगे ना, वो आपको पढ़ने पड़ेंगे to complete this entire these thing. Okay, if you are already a paid batch students, you don't need to be present here. Okay, because paid batch student में ये already मैंने cover कर चुका हूँ पूरा. ठीक है. Now let's see. But there is a guarantee that each and every point will be dealt it here. Okay, हर एक point जो which is there in the syllabus, which will be important, which it will be dealt here. Okay, now let's start. See, the first point in the evolution this evolution chapter is the theories of origin. Okay, this is again one of the specific point for our course. Okay, as we deal with the first slide for our entire lecture series is only this previous year question only. Okay, हर whenever we are dealing with any point in the syllabus, we deal with these first previous year questions. Okay, see, these whatever these questions are from the CSE civil service exam के questions है. Whatever these questions are, these are the questions for the IFS Indian Forest Service, right? This I have taken from my previous year question booklet, जो मेरा PYQ का booklet है, which is there on the shivaschool.co.in application, this website. There you can get this. Okay, there I have given all these previous year questions of these different zoology syllabus according to the point. ठीक है. Now let's see these questions which are there in the CSE. CSE में कौन कौन से questions है, right? So in the 1998 they have asked about give an account of sequence of events in Oparin's theory and Miller's experiment. ठीक है. So this is the first point, Oparin and Miller. Okay. The second point is this give a note on origin of life. Okay, सिर्फ notes पूछा है 20 marks के लिए. Okay, in that even this Oparin's and Miller's theory will also come. ठीक है. Next is illustrate different theories regarding the origin of life. जो बहुत सारे different theories है वो illustrate करो. Okay, tell which are these theories are. Okay, with special reference to the protein evolution, and out of those theories which are there regarding this origin of life, they want UPSC want us to focus on one of the theory, that is the protein evolution. Okay, protein evolution के theory पे focus करो ऐसा बोल रहे हैं. Okay, same 20 marks के लिए ये question है. Okay, next, see, there is a kind of a lag may be there na, so in between if there is any problem in this lecture, live lecture, you can just let me know in the comment box. Okay, next question which is there in the 2017 is write a brief account of various theories of origin of life. Okay, 20 marks के लिए ही various जो theories है, what are the different theories. Now here they does not want you to focus on any one theory. Okay, they want you to give the information about all of these theories. Okay, and look at the marks which are allotted to them. Okay, see, this is the common pattern. Okay, for the 10 marks you will have 2 pages to write, for 15 marks you have 3 pages to write, for 20 marks you have 4 pages to write. Of UPSC answer sheet, UPSC model answer sheet download करो. You download the UPSC model answer sheet from the website. There you will know that how that UPSC model answer sheet looks. Okay, it does not look like this. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है पूरा pages. Okay, they have margins from this almost all the sides, right? So that will decrease your available space in the model answer sheet, right? So different number of different these kinds of the question, and they have asked for the same number of pages. Okay, this is where it gets difficult. Okay, sometimes they want to explain all the origin of life in that the 4 pages only. Okay, sometimes they want to explain any one of the experiment under that entire origin of life in that 4 pages. ठीक है. Okay, कभी कभी एक ही क्वेश्चन 2 पेजेस के लिए भी पूछी जाएंगे. ओके, समटाइम्स यूपीएससी विल आस्क एंटायर ओरिजिन ऑफ लाइफ ओनली फॉर 2 पेजेस. ठीक है, लाइक दिस ओरिजिन ऑफ लाइफ इन द आईएफएस, they have asked about the origin of life in 10 marks. So the entire origin of life to be explained in the 2 pages only, right? In the 2019, they have asked about the Stanley-Miller experiment, which is one of the point under this origin of life for 10 marks. Okay, this is where it gets difficult. Okay, to understand it that how or what we should write in that pages. Okay, we you will require to attend many of such lectures. ऐसे बहुत सारे lectures attend करने के बाद then you will understand that how we can write. See, ultimately whatever the notes are there of this entire origin of life, suppose it will be of 15 pages of UPSC model answer sheet. Okay, if you just transfer the notes which you will have, okay, to the UPSC model answer sheet, it will be of almost 15 pages. Consider, for example, right? Now these 15 pages of content which will be there in these notes, you may be asked to write only 2 pages out of it for 10 marks. Then how to write it? Okay. See, this is the skill which you will develop of answer writing. Okay, ये यूपीएससी का आंसर राइटिंग का स्किल है जो आपको डेवलप करना है. ओके, एंड इट इज नॉट व्हाट यू कैन से वन लाइन द सॉल्यूशन फॉर दिस. ऐसा कोई नहीं कि सर कैसे बताओ 15 पेजेस का हम 2 पेजेस में कैसे लिखो बताओ. This is not a one line sentence or one sentence solution. Okay, see, to write this entire origin of life in 2 pages or to write this entire origin of life in 4 pages, okay, what you need to have, you need to have in detailed and easy way of notes or easy way of understanding of entire concept which come under the origin of life. Okay, origin of life के अंदर जो कुछ भी आता है, what that whether that may be the Operan's model, Stanley's Miller models, Urey Miller's models. Okay, you need to understand all of those concepts in detail. Okay, along with the diagram. Now once you have understood that origin of life in detail, okay, अगर आपको दिमाग में अच्छी तरह से गया, if you understood the entire origin of life, 15 pages of origin of life notes in detail, okay, and thoroughly, okay, then if I ask you to summarize within half page, then also you will be able to do it. Okay, see, किसी pages को summarize करना है. Okay, so you may have gone across to do some of these questions. Okay, where you are required, where you are being asked to write the summary of it. Okay, किसी passage की summary आपको लिखनी है. Okay, then what is the first or what is the most important thing which the teachers ask you? Okay, read that passage and understand it completely. Okay, once you read it thoroughly and understood it completely, then you can summarize it within 2 pages or half pages also. Okay, अगर आपको वो कंसेप्ट अच्छी तरह समझ में आएगा ना, then अगर 2 पेज में पूछे जाए whether it is asked for 15 marks for 3 pages or whether it is asked for 20 marks for 4 pages, okay, that will not create any difference. Okay, to write it in those number of pages, you have to understand it thoroughly. Okay, and that is what I am doing here. Okay, आपको वो कंसेप्ट अच्छी तरह से डिलीवर करना, to give it in a simpler words, simpler form, that is what we are doing here. Okay, so let's see. Now don't look at the marks. Okay, that you may say sir यहाँ पर तो 20 मार्क है 10 मार्क है, that will vary. Okay, according to the pattern. Okay, the ultimate aim is to understand what type of questions are there on that particular point, right? Then in 2003 IFS they have asked about only Haldane-Oparin hypothesis on origin of life for 10 marks. Okay, now some of the students when will attempt this question, Haldane-Oparin hypothesis on origin of life. Okay, what they will think, this model is on origin of life, right? We have 10 marks, so we have 2 pages. Okay, so a generalized GS paper pattern. Okay, GS का जो आंसर लिखने का पैटर्न है, that what we will do, that we will write some introduction of origin of life. Origin of life क्या है बताते हैं. Let's write origin of life definition. Who have given it? When has this origin of life has occurred? आधा पेज उसमें ही गया. Okay, give half page just to introduce the origin of life. Then we will move on to the Haldane-Oparin. Then we will say the Haldane-Oparin model is there, and then we will conclude. Okay, if you follow this pattern for these type of questions, you will not get the time, you will not get the space to write the exact answer for which you will get the marks. Okay, अगर आपको score करना है ज़्यादा यूपीएससी में, if they have asking about the Haldane-Oparin's model hypothesis on origin of life ना, then go on Haldane-Oparin hypothesis only. Origin of life को introduce मत करो. Here they are not asking you about write a note on origin of life. ठीक है. If you be specific for these kind of questions, then only your entire the attempt will be complete. Okay, जो कुछ भी पूरे 5 questions आपको attempt करने हैं ना, तभी complete होगी. See, this is very difficult to hard. Even if I tell this to the lot of students, whenever I check this their model answers, okay, of this 15 the free tests which I have conducted, they try to write this about this origin of life का introduction देते हैं चलो, okay, don't do it, okay. This is the what we can say this ये टेक्निकल सब्जेक्ट है यहाँ पर, ओके. हियर इफ इट इज आस्क हल्डन ओपरेन हाइपोथेसिस पूछा है ना तो वही लिखो, बिकॉज यू हैव टू गिव enough points on Halden operand hypothesis to the examiner to allot you marks, okay, and that 2 pages will not suffice for it unless and until you write only that point only, okay. आपको उस वो in that 2 pages and in that entire time of 6 minutes or whatever the 7 minutes which you have, you will not give even a single second or you will not even a single word apart anything apart from that. उसके अलावा कुछ भी मत लिखो, write to the point things only there, okay. Then only you will be able to complete your entire this paper within time, right. Next question is the explain the this Stanley's mirror model, okay, regard to origin of life. Then they have asked Urey-Miller experiment. Then they have asked Urey-Miller experiment again, okay, in the 2019. And in this year 2021 CSE, they have asked about the enlist the theories of origin of life, right. यहाँ पर उनको क्या क्या है, सिर्फ enlist करना है, okay. Now they are asking you to enlist the theories of origin of life now. Suppose for 15 marks, okay. So don't try to explain all these theories, okay. जो suppose 4 to 5 theories are there, right. So don't try to explain all of these theories here. Enlist करना है, so be specific ना. Enlist करो that which is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, right. Then what is the second part of question is there? Explain the theory of biochemical evolution which is proposed by the Oparin and the Halden. इसको एक्सप्लेन करो, ओके. सुनो, ओके. यूपीएससी की आवाज सुनो, लिसन टू द यूपीएससी, ओके. दे आर आस्किंग यू स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन. दीज आर नॉट द जीएस क्वेश्चन पेपर. यहाँ पर जीएस में नहीं है. लाइक राइट अबाउट द लाइफ, तो लाइफ में कुछ भी लिख सकते हैं हम, ठीक है. व्हाट इज द लाइफ, ठीक है. फिलोसॉफिकली लिख सकते हैं, बायोलॉजिकली लिख सकते हैं. हियर यू आर नॉट राइटिंग अ फिलोसॉफी पेपर, यू आर राइटिंग द थिंग्स विच आर देयर इन योर रेफरेंस बुक्स. आपके रेफरेंस बुक्स में है ना, वो लिख रहे हैं आप, ओके. They are UPSC is asking you to enlist the theories of origin of life, enlist them, okay. Support them only with suppose why the author which have given the scientists which have given them or the year, okay. Don't try to explain हर एक theory को explain करते मत बैठो in short all only, okay. Just try to enlist them some of the with the author with the year, okay, and maybe on the which point it is based, okay, but in short only, okay. Then only explain this हाल्डेन एंड ओपेरिन मॉडल इन डिटेल, ओके. ये जो ओपेरिन और हाल्डेन का जो बायोकेमिकल इवोल्यूशन जो है वो डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करो, ठीक है. And trust me, who will follow these only, now then only we will be able to score more, okay. See, unfortunately, as I have told you, to make these kind of this in detail notes, I require almost 1.5 years till now, because the task is that kind of humongous task, ठीक है. So because of that I didn't get time to क्या this continue this YouTube lecture series. YouTube lecture series नहीं है, then there is no publicity, okay. Whatever the number of students were there, okay, the students went on decreasing on even paid batches only, right. Why? See, at the same time you need to publicize, okay. Many of the students in the R group only, as I have added one message that whether you know about the ShivaSchool, okay. Many of the students does not know about my efforts and the ShivaSchool, okay. But don't worry, as we have started this now free lecture series, now from now on the whatever this awareness will be there, okay, or whatever happening in our group or in ShivaSchool will increase, okay. Then only we can get some of the good students, okay, and then they will give up result, and there will be a one day when we will have more score from the zoology also, okay, and you may be one of them, right. So now these are the type of questions on this origin of life, okay. So we have understood now, okay, that they have just asking you about the origin of life theories, okay, and whatever the scientists or which are the scientists are there who have given those theories, okay. Now with this, now let's continue with this today's lecture, okay. Now origin of life, see, just basically what is this origin of life? It is just the a process by which the entire living things have been arise from the non-living things, okay. Living things non-living things से कैसे arise हुए, how this life which we call, okay, that may be amoeba, that may be the bacteria, that may be plants, animals, okay, how all of them have arrived, okay. That is just basically what this origin of life is, okay. और इसमें क्या है, what the origin of life will involve, that means फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द हैबिटेबल प्लैनेट, ओके, जो ऐसा प्लैनेट जहां पर लाइफ रह सके, okay, that, okay, then there will be a replication of different molecules which are there in that particular animal, okay, self assembly of those molecules into a particular form, enzyme का form होना, protein का form होना, right? Autocatalysis means what? The reactions which are there to catalyze those reactions, to speed up the reactions, the enzymatic reactions, right? And the emergence of these different cell membranes, okay, so these will be the different components of that origin of life will be there, okay. Once these prerequisites will be there, then life can originate on that particular planet, okay. Next, now we are going to the some of the theories which are there, okay. हम theories देखने वाले, today we are going to see 4 theories, okay. The next important theory which we are going to deal with the next lecture, ठीक है. The first theory is the special, out of these whatever the 5 theories are there, now obviously not all of them are that much important, okay, okay, हर एक उतनी important नहीं है, right? The first theory is the special creation theory, okay. The name itself suggests what does it mean? Special creation. That means what? This life has been created by some extraterrestrial supernatural event, okay. One of the example is like the in the Bible it is said that this entire world has been created in the 6 natural days, okay. 6 दिन में पूरा world, पूरा ये जो दुनिया है वो बनाई गई है, okay. I think on third fourth है, कुछ plant है बने हैं, फिर animal बने, फिर humans बने, ये all of these things are there, okay. So these are kind of what, all the mythological kind of things, okay, which are there in the different religions, and every religion has the scope of this kind of theory, okay. हर एक religion जो है वो अपने अपना एक this edition देता है, okay. Every religion give its own, what you can say, this edition of the how this life have formed, okay. Some say the god have created, some say this Bhagwan have created, or the Brahma have created, some say the Allah have created, okay. Maybe all of them are just one only, okay, just the different names in different religions, right? So this is the first creation theory, right? That there must be an extra supernatural or some supernatural event is there who have created this entire life, okay, on earth, right? Not only on earth, even the world, right? Now the Hindu concept of origin also of life is also there, okay. In one of the, one of the example that is given in the Mundaka Upanishad, okay, in that what the Upanishad have said, that the whatever the life is there, it has arise from the food, life food से बनी है, and food arose from the mind, okay. सिर्फ माइंड से ही बना है, okay. As you know, mind is a kind of an imaginable thing, so वहां से ही ये food आया, food से ही आया, okay. All of these things are what kind of that can might of mythological, because we know as a scientist we cannot believe it, okay. हमें पता है कि as a scientist तो हम नहीं बोल सकते कि कहाँ से ऐसे आई है, okay, or it has come from supernatural, it has this emerged as suddenly, okay. Whatever the first theory is there, okay, it is just based on the what this what you can say, the faith, acceptance of faith, सिर्फ faith पे ही तो depend है, okay, on this the special creation theory, okay. Same is the case with this theory or the existence of life is also dependent on the faith only, okay. Hindu concept of origin. Now this is the third theory, okay, that is which is the theory of spontaneous generation, or also called as abiogenesis, okay. So this theory is a kind of what we can say first scientific approach for this, okay. ये जो theory है वो first scientific approach है, okay. What the scientists used to say, the scientists used to say that whatever these living things are there, living matters are there, okay, they have developed from the non-living things, okay. Suppose we have here soil and water in this, right? It is the non-living one, soil and water, okay. What these scientists of this theory used to say, that suddenly from that, and there are maybe some organic materials are there, okay, right? So dead woods or maybe the dead matters are there, okay. So maybe some other organic components are there, okay, like carbon, hydrogen, okay. So from that kind of mixture suddenly the life has formed, okay. Spontaneously the life has formed, okay. That is what one of the belief of these what we can say, the scientists of this theory, that is the theories of spontaneous generation, okay. But whatever this theory was there, okay, of the spontaneous generation theory is there, okay. This other scientists which do not believe on this, okay, they have presented with some of the experiments, okay. उन साइंटिस्ट ने कुछ experiments present किए, right? one of the scientists which tries to disprove this spontaneous generation theory was this Francesco Redi. Okay, so these diagrams are all diagrams I have drawn by me. Okay, I have tried to be make it simplified. Okay, so simple करने का ही आपको सोचा है. I have tried to make it simple for you. Okay, so that it will be easier for you to draw it in the exam, right? So what this Francesco Redi experiment is, okay, Francesco Redi ने क्या किया? He took three jar. Okay, jar number 1, 2, and 3. In the first jar, he kept this entire this what we can see the piece of meat open. Okay, where these flies can come, they can lay their eggs. Okay, and there only the ultimately because of that eggs which are laid by that flies, the maggots will be formed. Okay, वहाँ पर क्या होगा? The maggots will be formed on that meat. Okay, which is open, right? The next jar which is air tightly sealed, okay, जो completely sealed jar है ना next, okay, or the flask है ना, okay, what has been done there? The meat which was kept in it, okay, along with this open jar, okay, it was observed that suppose after 1 month the maggots were formed here, but the maggots were not formed here. यहाँ पर कोई भी maggots form नहीं हुई, okay. Then what this red eye said, okay, see, if this spontaneous generation would have been true, अगर spontaneous generation true होता, then the maggots or the life, okay, should be formed in both of the cases. यहाँ पर भी form होनी चाहिए और यहाँ पर भी form होनी चाहिए, okay, इसके meat में, okay. But why these maggots are not formed here? Okay, why this life is not there in this particular meat? Okay, इस meat में क्यों नहीं है? Because it is airtightly sealed. Okay. But he argued that if the spontaneous generation true है, then the maggot should be formed on both of them. Na? Only difference is that it is airtightly sealed. Okay. What Red Eye said, that should not be the your this what you can say your business. Okay, आपका business. What you have said that any organic matter will give to the rise to the form. Okay, whether it is tightly sealed or not tightly sealed, it should not create any difference. Okay, कोई difference create ही नहीं होना चाहिए था ना. So then why these maggots are not there? Okay, so maybe because of this your spontaneous generation theory is wrong. Okay, not only that, okay, in the next third jar what he has done, he has taken a cloth and he has just sealed that entire jar. Okay, and in that experiment also what he has formed, there is no formation of the maggots are there in this on this meat. Okay, इस meat पे वहां पर भी maggots नहीं है. Okay, so because of that he said as there is no formation of maggots is there. Okay, it clearly says that this life does not generate from this entire this mass spontaneously. यहाँ से life spontaneously generate नहीं होती. Okay, here only this life is generating. Okay, यहाँ पर ही generate हो रही है. क्यों? Because the eggs are being laid by these flies. Okay, अगर if the fly does not lay eggs there, the life does not form there. That means this non-living things will not give rise to the life directly. Okay, so that's because of this experiment वो बोलेगा कि he is saying that this spontaneous generation theory is wrong, right? Next is what this is the Ebb Spallanzani experiment. Okay, Ebb Spallanzani का experiment था. Okay, what he has done? Okay, he has took two flasks. Okay, he boiled both of them. Okay, one of the flasks he kept open. Okay, and one of the flasks he sealed. Okay, दूसरे flask को उसने क्या किया? Seal किया. Okay, what he has after the cooling or after the period of 1 month. Okay, only in the flask which is open the growth of microorganisms was there. Okay, but in the other flask which was sealed, the growth of microorganisms was not there. Okay, then Ab Spallanzani said what, if the spontaneous generation would have been true, then the growth should be there in the both of the cases. Okay, as there is growth is not there in this flask, that means this theory is wrong. Okay, so these are the two experiments which you need to write about it, three experiments which you need to write to disprove this entire this spontaneous generation theory. And the last experiment was carried out by the Pasteur. Okay, तीसरा जो experiment है वो जो Pasteur ने carry out किया. Okay, what the Pasteur the experiment has been done. Okay, Pasteur ने क्या experiment किया? He took again two flasks, this flask, but he takes swan neck flask. Okay, the neck of this flask is of this shape. Okay, so what was because of this shape of the flask? What was the significance? See, the air can go and come. Okay, air freely आ जा सकती है. through that particular this shape of flask. Okay, but the microbes will not be able to cross. Okay, microbes यहाँ पर ही कहीं settle हो जाएंगे, even if there are microbes are there. Okay, so this entire media will not get contaminated with the microbes, with the external life. ठीक है. When he took this, when he carried out this first experiment, okay, he boiled this entire broth and waited for months. Okay, still there was no growth of any kind. Okay, now he said that this there should be a growth in here, na? Okay. But if there is no growth, that means what? The spontaneous generation is not true. Okay. So another experiment to prove this fact, what he has done, he has just removed that swan neck from that the area. Okay, from the neck of that particular swan neck flask, and he waited for some days. Then he observed that the growth is there. Okay, then he again said that only the growth is there only when the external sources are acting on it, only the microbes are going into that particular media, then only the growth is there. That means whatever this first experiment was there, it was true that the spontaneous generation is not going to be possible. Okay, ऐसा spontaneously generate नहीं होगा, किसी growth से वहां से directly this life नहीं आएंगे. Okay, so that is what the Pasteur has said, and these are the some of the experiments which is actually disproving the spontaneous generation theory. Okay, so the next theory is the hypothesis of the panspermia. Okay, next जो theories है ना वो क्या है, hypothesis of the panspermia है. Okay, now what this hypothesis of panspermia? Okay, here there are two hypotheses are there. यहाँ पर दो hypothesis है. Okay, first theory or first hypothesis said what? Okay, इसमें क्या कहा जाता है? Okay, whatever the meteorites which we see, okay, these meteorites are only hotter or incandescent on outside. Okay, बाहर से ही गर्म है, अंदर में है, inside they are very cool. Okay, suppose this is the meteorite. Okay, internally they are very cold. Okay, now internally they are harboring, they are preserving the embryos and spores of the life. Okay, now when these meteorites falls onto the this planet like the earth, okay, the outer matter may be get evaporated or burnt. Okay, but the internal matter will, or the internal area will stay preserved because it is very cold. And when this will come in contact with the planet on which it will, what we can say, bombard, or on which it will fall, at that time the spores or the embryos which are preserved in that meteorite will give rise to the formation of the life. Okay, ये panspermia का पहला hypothesis है, right? Second hypothesis क्या है? The spores of life which are there in this, okay, along with the particles of the cosmic dust, okay, जो space से जो cosmic dust आती है वो, okay, and one of these rays, radiations which are there outside, the stellar rays, okay, when all of them will combine, okay, they will convert one body, one heavenly body into the another. That means what? Even a non-living things into the living thing. Okay, so these are the some of the hypotheses of the panspermia. Okay, ये hypothesis है panspermia theory के, right? But as we know, we can raise an objection to this, that this does not happen. Okay, in this way the life does not form. Okay, because we have different theories which is actually proving the way in which the life is being formed. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है, हमें पता है कुछ radiation की वजह से कोई non living things का immediately because of the radiation this mouse is does not going to just get converted into the actual mouse. Okay, ये जो mouse है वो actual mouse में convert नहीं होगा, हमें पता है, because of all of this, right? So because of these objections, even this theory got also challenged and got ultimately got many of these scientists rejected this theory, right? So these are the first four theories which we have covered in this today's lecture. Okay, in tomorrow lecture we will cover this next theory. Okay, tomorrow is this Sunday na. Okay, so we will conduct the generalized lecture. We will conduct our class lecture on the Monday. Okay, हमारा class का जो next lecture है वो Monday 9 AM को होगा. ठीक है, tomorrow we will going to conduct a generalized lecture for your queries. Okay, regarding the question pattern, regarding the reference books and all. Okay, which will be free for everyone, right? So now here we will stop our session. Okay, you will have the same recordings available on the YouTube as well. Okay, ये जो पूरा recording है वो YouTube में भी आपको available मिलेगी. Okay, you will get it in the YouTube as well, right? So now with this, if you have right now any queries regarding this lecture which we have conducted, you can ask in the comment box. Okay, आपको अगर कुछ query है तो आप chat box में add कर सकते हो. Okay, so let me know whether you have any queries or not. Okay, आपको कुछ queries है या नहीं? Basically calling a meteorite a seed, that is the thing. Okay, meteorite को एक seed जैसा call कर रहे हो, okay, that they are having everything in it, okay, when they will fall onto a particular planet, Monica is saying that, okay, so when they will fall or when they will this what you can say bombard on a particular planet, there it will just spread this life on that particular planet, okay. See, although all of these are theories na, okay, even if we can reject many of those things, okay, but still we cannot prove that entirely they are wrong, okay. Even this the first special creation theory, okay, हम entirely किसी भी चीज को नहीं बोल सकते entirely wrong. Why? Because we cannot prove it, okay. 5 to 6 billion or billions of years back जाके, okay, by going billions of years backward, we cannot prove that. Just see, this is how the life has been this created, okay. So although we can scientifically disprove it, okay, still हमें ऐसा कोई हाथ evidence नहीं है that we can just reject them entirely, okay. This is the same case with the electron, okay. We cannot see the electron, but we know the electron is there, okay. That maybe the kind of thing is there, okay. So that's why they have just raised their objections with this theory, right? So but the actual theory which we believe as a scientist from which the life has been created, okay, will be dealt in the Monday's 9 a.m. lecture, ठीक है. So if you have any query, you can put your queries in the chat box. Sir, will these be lectures be daily? Monday to Friday होंगे, ठीक है. See, this is the first lecture, so that's why we have kept it on Saturday. Monday to Friday daily 9 a.m. lectures होंगे, ठीक है. Okay, Monica, whether you have any other queries और कुछ queries है? If there are no queries, then we are going to stop here. Other members who have joined, टाइम मशीन होता तो सब क्लियर हो जाता एंड सिलेबस रिड्यूस हो जाता. टाइम मशीन होता तो रिड्यूस हो जाता रही. फिर भी टाइम मशीन भी होता, फिर भी ये थियरीज है किसी ना किसी साइंटिस्ट ने दिए हुए, इसलिए हमें स्टडी करने ही पड़ते. Many of the things who have been disproved, still we would have studied them, that these were the earlier theories which have been disproved, okay. सिलेबस कम नहीं होता, ठीक है. टाइम मशीन होता तो और ज्यादा बढ़ जाता फिर, ठीक है. Monica is saying thank you. So welcome all of you. Okay. So now we will meet on to the directly on Monday's 9 a.m. lecture. Okay. So I hope the other members are also not having any queries. Okay. I will wait for one more minute. Shalini Parai is saying again thank you. So welcome all of you. So we will close our session here. We will also get the recording available on the same channel. Okay. I have made a particular a single this playlist. Okay. Now I will delete all the earlier lectures in that particular playlist. So the playlist is like this zoology UPSC, okay, and zoology UPSC complete syllabus, okay. In both of the whatever these playlists are there on my channel, you will get all of these lectures one by in a sequence manner, ठीक है. तो एक ही एक particular playlist में रखूंगा और उसमें आपको हर एक lecture now 1 to whatever 300 or 400 lectures will be there now, you will get at one place, okay. So let's meet into the next lecture on Monday. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye.